What's up guys, it's ALLDAYANTHONY and welcome back to the Civic vlog that you hopefully know and hopefully love, because today is a beautiful day for a brake job. Let's go. Alright guys, welcome back to a hopefully short but hopefully sweet Civic vlog, where today we're going to be swapping out the front rotors and pads on my 99 Civic. Now this is going to be part of a much bigger project when eventually I do the rear disc conversion on the car, and no, I haven't forgotten about it. I have pretty much everything I need, I just haven't had a lot of time lately, and hopefully these Quickjacks will make that project easier in the future. But in the meantime, I do need to swap out the front pads and rotors, as my current setup is pretty much gone. After that last little downhill run I had in the Civic a few months back, I'm pretty sure I shot the front pads on here, so yeah, it's definitely due. So over here we have the Quickjacks ready to rock and roll. I have a box here that I picked up from either 1A Auto or parts.com. I have no idea. I'll try to link it down below in the description once I remember, but it's gonna be pretty straightforward and pretty simple. So we're just gonna get to work, swap these out, and hopefully have a much better driving Honda Civic. Let's do it. All right, so we got the Civic up in the air with the Quickjacks, and let me tell you what, these things are absolutely amazing. This is my first time working on the Civic with the Quickjacks, and just removing the wheels was already just an amazing experience. So we have the brake parts unboxed here, and I'm just gonna jump straight into the driver's side caliper here. I might bounce back and forth. The only thing I'm worried about is those rotor screws, as I don't wanna drill them out, but if it happens, it happens. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so 12mm up top here, break this loose. Nice. Kind of wish I would have washed the Civic before doing this. This thing's absolutely filthy. I have not washed it in many, many months. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this top boy out here. $17 here on the back. Bracket off. That was easy. Bottom here. Now the question is, am I gonna have a lucky day or am I gonna have a bad day? We're gonna see. I don't know if you guys ever tried this with a punch, but this helps immensely kind of break everything up. So hopefully that first little hit of that impact screwdriver will get it all out. Yes. Yes. One more, come on baby. Yep. How you do it, man. All right, so I just finished cleaning up one of the brackets. I re-lubed the pins, and now I'm just gonna kind of clean up the hub here. A little bit of a wire brush on a drill. It's actually really not that bad. I can't really feel anything. It feels really smooth. It just visually doesn't look as pretty. All right, so the hub's cleaned up. Just gonna wipe down the back of the rotor here, a little bit of brake cleaner. So here we go. That is the correct way there. Perfect. Now, normally I would also do anti-seize on these rotor screws here. I got new rotor screws and I forgot to pick it up. So we're just gonna go ahead and send it in without anti-seize. I don't think I put them in the last time I did the brakes, so I think we'll probably be okay. But that is another trick to keep these from sticking long term. You guys are gonna have to let me know how you like this height I'm working at for footage. I have no idea how it's gonna look here on the GoPro, but in my head I think it's gonna be perfect because it's more light, more height, you know, all the good stuff. But yeah, this is pretty game changing just for working on cars. I'm way more comfortable, my back feels good, and yeah, this is exciting. I think I'm in all the way. Pop the hood, pop open the brake reservoir cap, and that way we're not pressurized there when I push back the piston. Now I did bleed the brakes here on this car, I think it was last year, and so I know the fluid in here is like, it's good. Oh yeah, that looks good. So we're just gonna set that up there, leave that like that, and oh man, this is nice. This is the first time I popped the hood with it up this height. I think this would be ideal for, what dude, headers, head work. I also still need to do that intake manifold. I'm gonna get to it eventually, I promise you guys. I've had time, but not time for something to go wrong, if that makes sense, with some installs. And so I need to set aside time for something to potentially go wrong, and then I can tackle it. Car people you'll know what I mean. Don't really like the way that this new hardware is fitting. It looks kind of janky. Not that I really care, but like the fitment, it's like a little bit too big, so it's kind of bending. Anyways, we're gonna get this mounted up here. I'm gonna compress the piston. I'm gonna probably try to clean that up a little bit more. And then we're gonna throw in the new pads, throw in some grease, and the side should be done. All right, so the driver's side is done. I got the 12 tightens up here on the caliper. I got the 17s there on the bracket, and then I got the 12 on the brake line all cinched up, and everything looks good. So gonna get this hub-centric ring back on there, and this will be good to go to install a wheel. So at this point, I'm gonna make my way over to the passenger side and probably just music montage that, since you guys have kind of already seen how this is done. And then before you know it, we'll have the car back on the ground. Let's do it. All right, so I just finished up with the passenger side, and I noticed that my brake fluid reservoir is kind of starting to creep over the edge here. So I'm going to take my little, what do you call this, little pump here, pump some of this out, and not too much, just that's probably good. All right, I'm going to pump the brakes a couple times here, get pressure back in the system, and all right, so I think this job is pretty much done. All we need to do is throw the wheels back on and drop this thing down. But really quick, one thing I noticed on the passenger side is that the caliper dust boot had a tear in it, which not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world. And then I also noticed that my pads were not wearing evenly on this side of the car. And so I think I'm attributing that to the slide pin not bouncing back correctly. So I pulled up the slide pin, really cleaned it, really lubed everything up, and it seemed to help it quite a bit. So hopefully that'll resolve that. But all in all, I think the whole system needs a rebleed, so I'll probably do that soon, if not when I knock out the rear disc conversion. So anyways, let's get the wheels back on and drop this thing down. All right, so Dane stopped by to check out the Quickjack magic. Yeah. Also because you're trying to sell your car.
That too.
Anybody want to buy a Jaguar? It's pretty nice. And mostly Honda people are watching this, so we can't even afford to say Jaguar. So anyways, I wanted to show you this because I thought you'd think this is pretty cool. So it's in the up position right now, right? So we're going to go ahead and bring it down. What do you think?
That's smooth. That's real smooth.
I probably should bring it up for you just so you can get like the full effect. But
yeah, I've seen how it works in other shops, but this is very instructive. That's
pretty cool.
Very gentle.
Give me a reaction. I got to put this in the video.
Well, I mean, does it use 220 or does it use 110?
110.
Okay.
Yep.
But you need air supply, right?
Nope.
No air supply?
No air supply.
I would love to have one of these, except I have no headroom.
It's not on the cable.
Oh,
goes under.
All right.
Hey, think about this stuff. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, very cool.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I'm going to bed in the brakes here off camera. It's nothing special. This video is kind of more of just going to hang out with me in the garage, test out the Quickjacks for the first time. They were incredible. Can't wait to do more stuff on these things. But yeah, nothing crazy. So as always, if you guys enjoy just hanging out with me here in the garage or just seeing the Honda Civic, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's ALLDAYANTHONY.
Peace.
Peace.